So I love your album, The Victory from 2020,
Yeah,
which was voted Album of the Year at the Reggae Steady Scar in Germany.
yeah,
What are your
wicked.
memories of recording it?
It's really good because that was my fourth album with Roberto Sanchez of Alon label, who works out of Santander, Spain. Who's this man is a genius, and so I've been working with him for 15, 16 years. So it just felt good, just felt really good. It's easy to write the lyrics because there's so much going on. And Sky Rock Steady Early Reggae, I'm crazy about it. So it's like, all of my memories of it are just so good.
Yeah, I mean, I love that album because it's a real retro sound, but it's
Yeah.
fresh and new and something you haven't heard before.
Yes, Chris, and that's what I've been really doing since my start. I've always just wanted to just kind of write my own songs and put my own vibe forward on the genre and style that I was brought up in. That's part of my culture.
Yeah, and who are some of your influences in the ska scene?
Oh, the ska scene. I'd have to say the first one that comes to mind is like John Holt for those brilliant early rock steadies because my mum used to play his stuff every Sunday afternoon, and then we've got D Brown, of course. That If I Follow My Heart album at Studio One is just like it's just classic. And what I mean, really and truly, the whole list goes on. But yeah, those are the two that come straight to mind. And Marcia Griffiths, because that is my mum's favorite artist. So she was always playing her stuff on a Sunday when she cooked.
Always around the house.
Always, man.
Yeah. Well, it's very hard when I ask you that question, though, isn't it? Because you could probably name about
Yeah,
20, couldn't you?
exactly. So you take the first ones that come to mind, and those ones really stand out.
My personal favourites from the album, which we were speaking about, were Rudy's and Gonna Be Good. And I've
Oh,
also got this with me here. See it? Can you see
yeah.
it?
Which one is that? Which single is that?
Oh, it's
So
both of the tunes I
Liquidator.
was on about. So you've got Rudy's on the one side,
Oh,
and
and
you've got
and
the Gonna Be Good
yes,
on the other side. So,
yeah. It's Rudy's and Our Time Will Come on the other side. Yeah,
oh,
and
yes, it is. I got that wrong.
yeah, yeah. That tune was only released on that vinyl. That's a nice one. But yeah, thanks for that, man. Thanks for having it there.
No problem. Yeah, because Rudy's is a banging track. I really like that.
Yeah, it's really for us Rudy's on, it really goes down well live.
It does. And when I play it at festivals and stuff, people are like, if they haven't heard it before, they're like, "Oh, what's this? I've never heard this before.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?" So I tell you
Oh,
what, you're doing a
wicked.
good job.
Thanks, Chris. And it's got a lot of energy, and it's just basically about us, people that love our kind of genre of music and that are totally on the unity tip, you know what I mean? And it's about us Rudies because we like to get dressed up in it and we like to go and have a party. So
Exactly.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
And so that's that.
I'm going to Skarmouth this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that.
Ah, good. Yeah, yeah. I know people that are going to be there, and one of the bands that was going to be there, I think I'm not sure if they're going to play there again. I saw something on Facebook, but the AC30 band is a
That's
really
it.
good band. They're
Yeah,
going
they
to
can't
play
make it,
there.
can they?
No, they
Oh,
couldn't make it, and but they're a great band, and they are going to back me here now
oh,
in
brilliant.
the UK for different shows. Shows like Scalloween. Scalloween's coming up, so yeah.
Where's that going to be? Scalloween.
Galloween is in Scotland, in I think the city's called Dumfries,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. We've also played me and the AC30 band. We also played at uh Blam Blam, the Blam Blam Fever
Oh,
in
great.
um in Redcar, which was also a really excellent event.
Yeah. And so, what other gigs have you got coming up? Are they the main ones, or you got some others in the
Yeah,
pipeline?
well, we just finished some gigs in Spain and Germany. And the next one really left to end the summer, which is really not the summer, is the Scalloween show in Scotland on the 28th of October. So it's not much now. It's all done, but we're just hoping for a lot more in the future. You know.
As you mentioned, you've been doing gigs all over Europe. It's big
Yeah.
all over Europe, isn't it? Well, all over the
Yes.
world.
Yes. Definitely. I've really like worked more in in Europe and all parts really, all parts of the world. But Europe is, really good, musically good, and especially when it comes to ska.
Yeah, and of course with the genre, it'll always live on, won't it? I mean, people care about it enough, don't they? That's the thing.
Well, yes, because you see, Chris, it's the foundation. It's the foundation of many, many different genres. You know, it's the foundation of um of um of rocksteady, which is then the foundation of early reggae, which is then the foundation of roots reggae, which is then the foundation of reggae, which then reggae is then the foundation of dancehall. So you see, it grew. It grew
Yeah,
from that. The root, the mama and papa of reggae is ska.
yeah. And yeah, I mean, that's why I love the music because there's so many different genres in it, isn't there? As you say.
Yeah, man, it's brilliant. It's brilliant, and it's nice to be a part of it and to be grown up in it and to just live it.
Yeah. So how did it all get started for you? How did you get into singing, and how did you first get into the biz?
Well, I was in the United States. I did live there for a while, for like 9, 10 years, and I was there in 1997, 98, and I just accidentally really met the one of the singers of the Melodians um, Rocksteady group called Tony Brevet. So I met him in Florida. I was in the studio. I wasn't really taking it seriously, just doing some kind of drops for my friend's sound called Dan One Musical Showcase. And he said, "Hey man, you sound good." I said, "All right, cool." And then he said, "When you come to New York, I'm gonna take you to Mr. Dodd." I didn't hear him properly. I didn't really understand. So anyway, cut a long story short, I met him in New York at Fulton Street train station, and then I went into Studio One, and I didn't know I was in Studio One. Yeah, I didn't really, I wasn't really doing music. I didn't,
Yeah.
and then that's how it started. And then Mr. Dodd said, "Go and have an audition," and I had to sing a song or two, and I had to write a song the same day, and I came back the next day because it didn't sound good that day. And I came back the next day and then and then I stayed there for like 2 years, just learning the ropes, how to write songs, how to format songs, and then how to sing harmonies. And then eventually Mr. Dodd let me do some lead songs. And yeah, since then, that was 1997, 98.
Yeah. And I suppose if you would have known about Island Records, you might have been a bit intimidated, maybe, possibly.
Yes, yes, exactly. Because you know something, that's a great thing you said, Chris, because I didn't understand what Tony Brevet was saying. He said to me, "Yeah, I'll take you to Mr. Darden." I didn't know he said Mr. Dodd. Because, those guys speak fast, So
Yeah,
he said,
yeah,
"Yeah, man." He said, "Yeah, man, I gotta take you to Mr. Dodd." I said, "All right." I thought it said Darden. So it was a shock. And when I went into the shop, it was just me and Mr. Dodd in the shop. I didn't know that that was Sir D, and that's what we call him. We call him Sir D. I didn't know that was Sir D. I just was thought it was just an old man in the shop.
yeah,
So when Tony came in and said, "Hey, yes, Mr. Dodd, this is Alpheus," I said, "What? You mean Mr. Dodd, Clement Dodd?" And then, oh man, that's when the nerves came in.
yeah. But like you say, you didn't know, and yeah, that must have been, yeah, wow.
Yeah, man, it was a real wow. It was a real wow because then I just remember sweating and getting a lot of muscle contract in my back because when you're singing in Studio One at the mic, I was so nervous. And it's my first time singing around a proper studio.
Mm,
So I'm just really so tense in my back and tensing up that when I relaxed, my back had muscle contract because of the spasms, because of standing up so tense. I never forget that.
Yeah, and that's probably, I know you were nervous, obviously, but that's probably not the best way to approach a song, I imagine. If you're very, you've got to be relaxed, and you, and sort of,
Yeah, of course. And but the thing about it is, I think the reason why there was so much success at Studio One is because of the naivety of a lot of the artists. There was a naturalness about the whole way they made their art happen, and I can see that, and we can actually hear that. So I can see why not being totally, without nerves works too, because you get the naturalness out. So it's quite deep.
yeah. And it must have been a great place to learn your trade. It must have been one of the best places you could have gone to, really.
I'm telling you, it was like going to school every day. I couldn't wait to get up and just get on the train. I'd get on it's still called the J train, which is the get on the Brown line from something from Jamaica, Queens. And it's about half an hour, and you get off and walk downstairs, and there's Studio One right there. And just go in there and just start work. It was
Uh,
really good. It was just, I didn't realize at the time. I was young. I was
yeah,
just, and just going in and learning to write songs and learning to sing harmonies. It's definitely going to uni.
yeah. And as you said about singing around the microphone, I mean, now you probably look back and you're like, wow, think of all these amazing singers from the past that would have sung here. Yeah,
I'm telling you, Chris. And the fact is, I think Mr. Dodd, he tries to make you nervous on purpose because he was saying that microphone is Bob Marley's mic, which it is. The mic that we use at Studio One in Fulton Street was Bob Marley's microphone. And it's
wow.
the same microphone that he sang the song Simmer Down.
Ah.
And, and he tells us that. And then we got to go and sing. So, God, you know, you're going to tell me that? And I'm looking at this mic and it's massive, same size as my head, a old, I think it's a Neumann. I don't know what the mic's called, but it's just an old silver mic, man. And you got to stand far back from it because it's got such a pickup, and they put some tape on the floor. And if you put your toe over the tape, they don't have to see, they know
They can
that
hear it.
yeah, they can feel that, oh, get back from the tape, man. I say, what the fuck? Yeah, get back, and how they see it. But yeah, man, it was just a great schooling.
Of course, we talked about your last album. Are you planning on making a new one soon?
Well, yeah, we're in the process. Me and Roberto Sanchez again are in the process of making, which would be our fifth album and my seventh. So, we go through the normal kind of process, and yeah, man, it's really going nice.
Great. So next year or the following year?
I don't know. I don't know
Hard to
when.
put a timeline on it, I guess.
Yeah, can't put a timeline on it really, but we're not rushing it or nothing. But we pretty much know exactly where we are gonna go. Ska, rocksteady, early reggae.
Great.
I think there's a lot more ska on this one, and yeah, man, just ready. I was writing a song just before we linked up actually, Chris. So I'm trying to start this new one. So yeah, it's all good.
And yeah, it's great you're bringing it back, really, because there are some bands and there are some singers that still do it. I'm thinking
Yeah,
of like the Jewelers. Have you seen them? They're a really
yeah,
good
man, they're
ska
wicked.
band.
Oh my God, they're good. They're good. They're good band.
People like
Yeah,
that. That
yeah, good energy band. Yeah.
they don't necessarily have the retro sound a lot of the others, kind of thing. It sounds a bit more modern,
Yes.
but I know there's
But it's
different
good.
styles. Yeah.
Yes, but it's good because you can hear the different influences of the different styles of ska in their music. And I think they're a really good band. I mean, I played with them in 2015 at a really nice festival called Freedom Sounds Festival in Cologne, Germany.
Hmm.
And
Oh, the
I,
Jewelers are great. Yeah. No,
yeah,
I meant other bands like you might not necessarily get that retro
oh
sound.
yeah,
Yeah, I think you got it. I think the Jewelers have got it definitely. I think
yeah,
both of
oh,
them.
thanks. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and it all depends on the style of there's all the different styles of ska,
Yeah.
and the styles of rock steady. We've got the Latin, we've got the German style, we've got the punk steady, we've got punk ska. We've got metal ska. You go to Mexico, they got their own ska, and yeah, it's really good, man. It's good that the actual original ska rocksteady has made all these genres come up,
Mm.
and keep things going, you
Sort
know.
of morphed into something else.
Yes, and everyone has a story to tell within that great music.
Great. Well, I think that's about it, Alpheus. Just name a ska tune that you love. Not necessarily one of your own, but just or a reggae song that you absolutely love, and we'll play it on the show.
Well, you know something, God, there's so many, Chris. You know that, like,
I know, I know.
I'd
Another
have to.
impossible question, but
My favorite rocksteady of all time. I've got two. My first favorite rocksteady is it's called Near to You by ah Yvonne Yvonne Harrison.
sounds
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
that's her name, innit? Of course, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
By I want to check that.
Okay, check it.
Near to You, You by Yvonne, because it's oh, my memory is getting so bad.
It's all right. What we'll do is I'll edit that bit out. I'll ask you it again, and then
Oh,
we'll
oh,
have the
good.
right
So,
answers.
oh, good. So you can cut it. Okay,
Oh,
wicked. Uh, Let me take a drink while you're taking a drink.
no
What are you
problem.
drinking? Tea? You drinking
Yeah,
tea, buddy?
just a cup of tea. I'll have enough beers at the weekend. So,
No, man. A
oh,
shot, a
nice.
shot of white rum. That won't hurt. Um, Near to You by Yvonne Harrison. Let me see. Let me stalk it. Near to You, Yvonne Harrison. I think.
Okay. So I'll
Yes,
just
yes, it
say
is.
that.
Yes, it
I'll
is.
just say that again. So Alpheus, can you give us a reggae tune, a rocksteady tune that you love that we can play on the show?
Well, the one that comes to mind straight away is my favorite rocksteady, which is Near to You by Yvonne Harrison. And if you're talking about rocksteady, that is typical, proper rocksteady with all the rules, all the format is there. It's just the best rocksteady, man, as far as I'm concerned.
Great, we'll play
And
it.
and then another one that I love, my favorite, I suppose, apart from that, Studio One, is Larry Marshall's Your Love. That is my favorite rocksteady rhythm.
Mm.
I'd have to say, and I've got a tune on that on my first album, but that's just a wicked one. And
Oh,
Scat,
you covered that one, did you?
no, I got a song on the rhythm,
Oh, okay.
um, on my debut album at Studio One. The song is called, oh my God, the song is called Let's Take the Vows. I really, really love that one. And then my favorite ska, I'd have to say, it's getting to be Scatterlights, Guns of Navarone.
Yeah,
th-
great
th-
classic tune.
there's something about that, when you're in the mood to hear it and you're in the shower and you turn it up, it's like, this is ska.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, you can't beat it. Well, thanks a
No,
lot for
man.
joining us. And what have you got any gigs coming up in the new year? Or
Well, yeah, we've got they're talking about Spain again. Spain, we seem to do a lot of shows. Because the real Latin and the Spain, they really love ska and really love the rocksteady. But not that much yet. But Spain
it's
is
early.
like, yeah, it's early. So we're just hoping, that we can go out there and give the people what we love to give them.